I was wanting to cover something very important in today's lesson, and that's the flow of the funnel. But ideally, from them signing up on a funnel until you actually getting a hold of them through, let's say, a phone call, booking them into an appointment, what's the drop-off rate looking like? So out of 10 signups, out of 10 people who sign up, how many of those 10 are you really setting as an appointment? And then um, or not getting a hold of, or not setting any appointment, or not setting all 10 as appointments. So let's go through the funnel part. So this is a standard looking funnel right here. When they click on an ad through Facebook or Instagram or Google, they typically come to a landing page quite similar to this, and then they sign up. They enter their name, email, and phone number as a micro commitment step and sign up. And then they go to application page, which could kind of pre-qualify them to understand exactly if they're very serious or not, and also to help us get a better understanding of who it is that's signing up. It also it also educates them about what we have to offer, because typically some people don't read everything on the landing page. Well, I'm gonna be honest, most people don't. They look at the pictures and videos and then they sign up because they want to know more. However, because they don't read these things, they don't know exactly what they are signing up for. No matter what we say in our copy, no matter how we reword our structure of the landing page, they're not reading. So the best way to get them aware of what they're getting is, of course, putting it into a question. Honestly, you cannot answer a question unless you read the question. So therefore, we put all of our details in the application so that we understand clearly who it is they really signed up, and we want them to know, hey, this is what you're really signing up for. Are you sure you want this? And then they go to a booking page. There's a percentage of people who book automatically and a percentage who don't. And then the ones who still book automatically get automation and then still may or may not show up for their appointment. So let's continue this process. So let's take a quick snap look at the stats from this. In the last 7 days, typically we're looking at about a 41% conversion rate on the landing page and about an 88% conversion rate on the application page. With the budget that this client is running, which is typically really small, he's getting around about 104 uniques visits to the page and then 43 people signing up. So it's a decent landing page conversion rate. Anything above 20%, 25% is decent, and then anything above 50% on the application is decent. So it's a pretty good conversion. Now, how do we get these people into appointments? Well, you have to look at it like this. Um, from getting someone from a sign up all the way into getting a hold of them is a gap. There is a gap. If they sign up today and then if we call them tomorrow, we have a 1 day gap. If they sign up today and then we call them next week, we have a 1 week gap. The longer the gap, the more likely and more harder it is for them to move forward into the funnel or to get them into an appointment. Close the gap as much as you can. So if someone signed up right now, and if I pull them into a conversation right now, their mind is fresh about what they signed up on. They might have a few questions, and then I set the appointment. If I call them tomorrow, things happen, life got in the way, work, kids, whatever. It's harder to trigger that response back to what they signed up for, because we have to remind them that, hey, this is what you signed up for. Oh, okay, so we have to try the best to close that gap. And the best way to close this gap is, if I can draw something here for you, is from this application page to this appointment page, create a conversation. We want to get them into an appointment as fast as we can. And in order to do that, we need to create a conversation. The conversation takes place ideally after the application commitment. So when they sign up on the application page, they go to the next page, right? So instead of them going to the next page, let's pull them straight into a conversation, whether that conversation is on Messenger or whether it's on WhatsApp. And ideally, we need to use these social platforms for conversations because these people may or may not get these text messages or might not reply to these text messages, and we want to pull them into some sort of commitment. You have to think outside the box here. We have reps that are calling people and calling people and calling people and getting an answer every 10 calls on average, and that's a 90% drop. That's horrible. However, when we change the tactic, let's say, let's just FaceTime these people. Let's just WhatsApp video these people. Let's just get these people into something that's different that they ain't used to seeing. The rate has increased significantly because we use these apps to get a hold of these people. So if I was to get them to fill out the application under the general form, when they sign up from that form, I'm going to pull them straight into a WhatsApp conversation or um, iMessenger conversation through a third-party integration. As soon as they do that, we've got to talk to them and then we've got to communicate with them. And if we can get that reply, we've got that conversation commitment. So once we have that conversation commitment, we can set the appointment in the conversation itself or just transition the conversation into a phone call. They will answer because you got them into the conversation. I'm going to give you a call. Okay. They call them, you got an answer. If you don't get that reply, and then if you try to call them, they didn't reply, how are they going to answer? So that's very important that I wanted to stress with you. And I hope this helps because um, accountability is the number one top priority when you're getting these leads through your ads. If you're getting 100 leads and you're getting 2 appointments or 2 people to answer the phone and 2 appointments, there's no different than getting 2 leads and 2 appointments. The problem is you paid for 100, not two. So let's improve our accountability as best as we can, and let's change our tactic up with starting a conversation as early in the process as possible. Literally closing that gap from 1 day, 1 hour, 10 hours to 1 minute. Hope that helped. Thanks.